Like the biggest takeaway from just this whole experience, fear is just so made up in our own head. When you choose to stop judging yourself and you're fully authentic, like your life will literally change in drastic ways.
Welcome to the Badass Manifester podcast, keeping you inspired with high vibe content, bringing you the best manifestation and mindset tools, teachings, interviews, and answering questions to help empower you to get out of your own way and take massive action to make magic your everyday normal. I'm your host, Ashley Gordon, spiritual life and manifestation coach, helping women and spiritual entrepreneurs manifest more impact, influence, and income. It is my purpose and pleasure to help you wake up to the badass creator that you are. Let's do this. What's up, Badass Manifester? Welcome back to the Badass Manifester podcast. So freaking grateful that you're here and so ready to share today's episode. It's such a good episode. It is with my client, Paige Cole. She is a stripper business coach, and we talk all about how she came out of the closet in her life and in her business, and that's actually what's creating all the success that she is having right now. And I wanted to title this the $1 million discovery call, because I know that Paige is going to make millions of dollars in her business, and it all started with our discovery call. So you'll hear all about that in the episode. There wasn't a solo episode this week, and there is a reason for that. Unfortunately, I've had some personal things going on. My dog was sick. He had pancreatitis, and I really thought he was going to pass. Like, it was so scary. I've had my dog for 13 years. He's a little Yorkie. He's so cute, and he's always on my Instagram if you follow me there. And he's the light of my life. He's my baby. That's my baby. I'm sure you know if you have a dog. And so he's been healthy his whole life. And so this was really challenging. And I wanted to do nothing but be by his side and watch Christmas movies and just take care of him every single second. And that's really what I did for like a week. And it was great to be able to have a business that allows me to do that, truly. And then my stepmom had an open heart surgery, and she had some complications with her surgery, and it was really, really scary for a while. And so I was up and back and forth at the hospital, still am, but she's doing a lot better. Thank God. And I share this with you guys because, number one, you're like my family, and I want to be open with you, and I want you to always know where I'm coming from. And if you have a business, if you are your business, if you are your brand, like me, you know, sometimes life is always happening, right? But sometimes life takes you away from your business. And I've learned so much over the last 3 weeks to a month just about myself, the strength that I have, how powerful prayer is, how powerful miracles are, and so much more. But also what's most important to me. And my business is so important to me, but it's not more important than anything else, like than my family, you know? And so sometimes you have to step back from something that you love in order to support the ones that you love. And whoa, that just came out. I didn't even plan on that, but it's true. And also, it's okay to be a human, right? Like, just because you come here for inspiration doesn't mean I'm not a human, doesn't mean I don't go through things, doesn't mean I don't cry, doesn't mean I don't feel my emotions, right? I do the work right alongside of you, right? And so I just want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to be human and to be an inspirational coach, person, leader, speaker, whatever you do in the world, but also to have real emotions and go through things, because that's what makes you relatable. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes people connect to you. So I just wanted to put that out there because this is just where I'm coming from and where I'm at right now. And so many of you on Instagram have sent me beautiful messages letting me know that you're sending me love and healing and light and all the good things. And I appreciate that more than you ever will know. So thank you. And because there was no solo episode this week, I didn't get to shout out anyone on the who left a review, but I want to leave it now. So I want to shout out EMSC41 left a review on December 2nd, and she wrote, a must listen. I'm assuming that it's a woman. A must listen. I never knew I needed to hear this. Love it. Thank you. That is a beautiful review. I never knew I needed to hear this. That's great. And then I want to shout out Kirsten P. Shout out Kirsten. She said, life-changing, 5 stars. I've been listening to your podcast for a while now, and I've been implementing some of your tips into my life, and I can't tell you how much more positive I am in the daily. I've been struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety, and your tips have allowed me to internalize and control the situation. Beautiful. I recently purchased your Black Friday bundle, and I'm so excited to learn from you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are so welcome, Kirsten. And I know Kirsten is participating right now, or she just did, in the 5 days of giving. So when you hear this, the 5 days of giving is going to be over, but you'll be able to catch the replays on my business Facebook page, Ashley Gordon, Manifestation Coach. We'll link it in the show notes. And the bundle went away, but it's back. It's back in honor of the 5 days of giving and my birthday month. My birthday is December 28th. The bundle is back, and it's $100 off. So it's 30% off now. So from $297, it's actually $197. So if you didn't get to buy the bundle at the Black Friday price, you still have a really amazing opportunity to get in on the goods for $197. The link will be in the show notes, and it will only be available until Christmas Eve. So take advantage of that right now, and I can't wait for you guys to listen to today's episode. I love Paige so much, and you're going to love her too. So excited that we're finally having this conversation. What's up? Make It Rain. Make It Rain and Badass Manifester are coming together.
Together. A duo episode, baby.
Yes, I'm so excited. So for those of you who don't know me, we'll both introduce ourselves a bit. My name is Ashley Gordon. I am a life and business manifestation coach, and I help coaches transform their mindset so they can manifest the business of their dreams. And Paige,
and
yourself. Yeah.
My name is Paige Cole. I am a stripper business coach. I am a mindset and manifestation coach as well, author, NLP practitioner, and I really work with strippers to learn how to maximize their hustle inside and outside of the club through money manifestation, just how to be a better stripper, and also through entrepreneurship, right? Like building businesses and sustainable income outside of the club. So when you're ready and you want to, you can exit gracefully.
I love that so much.
Me too.
I need a better intro because I'm just it changes every time.
But that one.
I love that. Was great. You should memorize that.
Well, I have the best coach, so.
Aw, I love you. So here's the thing, you guys. Yes, I'm Paige's coach. Yes. I'll just share it. Let's just share the story a bit.
Yes.
So her intro is so beautiful, and it wasn't always that way.
It was not always that way.
So Paige and I became Instagram friends. We were on each other's podcasts, and we just have a really good rapport together. And she signed up for NLP. She did her training. She's an amazing coach, amazing person. And she was messaging me one day, DMing me. It goes down in the DMs.
Sure does.
And she was just struggling. And she's like, Ashley, I want to grow my business on a much larger scale. And I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah. Well, before that, I had been doing this online coaching business for a while, and the needle wasn't moving. I maybe made $100 total from a random little masterclass sale, nothing. Right. And I would watch your success and see you were having these launches and signing these one-on-one clients and all this stuff. And I was I would DM you privately and be and I told you the private information, which I didn't think was necessary or pertinent to share at all, but you're my friend. So I was talking to you about it because I started my coaching business because I wanted to, leave dancing and make
And the private information, it was that she was a dancer.
Yeah, that I was a dancer, because I didn't say outwardly at all to anyone ever that I was a dancer. I mean, my friends and most of my family and friends knew, but publicly, nobody knew, and I did not ever speak about that. but yeah, I just was like reaching out. Oh, you know what it was when Miss Gordon over here had a $10,000 day, and she posted about it, and I saw that, and I just learned about my human design, right? And so my response is to respond. So I saw that 10,000, and I responded like, oh, I want that. Like, I need your help. Like, please help me get there. Because I know I'm a fucking great coach. I know I have a plethora of information, like so much information on just personal development, stripping, money manifestation, like all of this shit. And it just wasn't coming together. So I booked a discovery call.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And what is your design, by the way? Are you a generator?
Yeah, generator.
So am I.
Yeah. We got those motors, baby.
Really into that human design now.
Yeah, right now.
So yeah, Paige booked a discovery call, and you know, I work intuitively with my clients, and I felt comfortable enough with her where I was like, okay, this isn't a real like normal discovery call, but I'm just gonna tell you what I feel. And I was like, listen, you have to come out of the closet. I'm like, because on Instagram, you're this business manifestation coach, and that's the face you're portraying, but you're living a double life and you're a stripper, and it makes so much sense why you're not making money in your business, because you're literally living a double life and it's not in alignment. It wasn't in full on alignment. And what was that like to hear? Like, what was your experience of that?
Yeah. So I almost felt offended that you were saying that I was living a double life, because I genuinely do feel like I'm a very authentic, transparent person. But for whatever reason, this little secret of mine that I was a stripper, like that was untouchable. So I was like, no, I'm not, you know, in my head, I was like, what? But then like, you know, I am here to fucking play a big game. I don't know everything, and I'm seeking counsel and guidance and coaching for a reason. So I'm like, obviously, like, ears open, Paige, you know? And I was, you know, when you said that you're energetically like blocked, what are you telling the universe? What is your energy telling the universe? You are telling the universe that if people know that I'm a stripper, they're not going to hire me. They're not going to pay for my programs. They're not going to, you know, enroll in my stuff or like respect me, whatever it was. And guess what? That's exactly what I energetically was doing, because I was hiding that.
Yeah.
And so you were like, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, so like I just previously mentioned a little bit ago, the one person in my life that didn't know that I was a dancer was my dad. And he's very, very Christian and like religious. And there's a reason I didn't want to tell him. But the thing is he loves me and supports me. So he was like in my Facebook group, on my email list, listens to my podcast. And I'm like, well, fuck, like if I go through with this, like if I come out and own it, like I have to have a conversation with my dad first, because out of respect for him, like I wouldn't want him to just randomly like see a post one day about me being like, oh, I'm a stripper, be like, wait, what? So I was super resistant. You're like, you have to come out.
I said to her, I was like, Paige, if I take you on as a client, I said, I cannot take you on if you're not willing to come out of the closet. And you looked at me and you were just like, you were dead ass serious. You were like, there's no way that I can do that. Yeah. You said that. You said,
yeah, I did.
I wish that we recorded that first fucking session. I wish you did.
I was like, that is off the table. Absolutely not. No way. There's no fucking chance in hell I'm telling my dad. I literally feel like I said those words.
Yeah,
like,
you did. No and chance. I was like, okay, well, I know that this is the key for you in your business. Like, I just know it. And I wouldn't typically say that on a discovery call, but like, I just knew it. And then somehow she was just like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. Did I say it on the discovery call? I don't remember how he ended the discovery call. Like I was like, yeah, I want to work with you. Cause my recollection of it was we got off the call and I thought about it and I was like, fuck, she's right. She's right. I just got to do this. I got to play a big game. I'm here to play a big game. I'm going to do it.
I said to her, this will be $1 million discovery call if you decide to do this. Yeah. And you're right. You did not tell me you were going to do it. You were like, yeah, I want to work with you, but like, I want to think about this. And then you just did it. And I saw you do it on your story. You posted about it. I was like, oh my God, she did it.
I know. So for step one, I told my dad in private, obviously, because
Yeah.
out of respect, had to do that, had to, do that. And that came with its own set of issues. But we've worked through it, and it is what it is. I would still do it again today. I'd have to go back and do it again if I needed to. But then I'm just like ready, fire, aim kind of girl. So I'm like, well, fuck it. Now it's out. I like changed the name of my podcast to make it rain. I posted on Instagram, posted on all the groups. Like, I was like, okay.
Yeah. So I just want to like bring it back a bit because we wanted to do this podcast because this is a bigger conversation, right? Like this is a bigger conversation because there's so many people, including myself, including Paige, that have been in hiding. And there's always like that one thing that we do not want anyone to know about us, right? Like or maybe there's a few things and you're like, what is the one thing that you want nobody to know about you? And that's actually the thing that you need to be sharing with the world. Because it turns out Paige wants to grow this business and strippers are actually her ideal clients, right? Like she is a stripper business coach.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Finding that out was just like the best feeling.
Yeah. And even the more since, cause I came out in June, came out of the stripper closet in June of 2019 of this year. And obviously it was like terrifying at first, but I did it anyways, and the more time that has gone on and the more I've just stepped into owning it, the more I realize and look back like, God, like, why did I judge myself so much? Why was I so scared of what people were going to think? Why was I already shaming myself for something that, let's be honest, I kind of fucking love it. Like I enjoy going into work. There's downsides to everything that people do, right? But in the grand scheme of things, I've done this for 11 years. Like if I really didn't like it, I still would not be there, but I enjoy it. Like we dance, we get told how pretty we are. We make thousands of dollars cash. Like literally strippers are a different breed of entrepreneur that I have been in this industry since I'm 19. I know exactly how to talk to them. I've been through the highs. I've been through the lows. I've been through all the shit. And it's like, why the fuck was I just like not owning this sooner? Like, and it just feels so good to be able to be like, yeah, I'm a stripper and a coach.
Owning it, owning yourself,
100%.
Owning your voice. It's just so wild just to have watched like what happens when you literally just own the things that you think that people won't actually approve of you approve. I don't know how to say that. Approve of you.
Yeah. Because of their own judgments or like whatever, but at the end of the day, I still am a stripper and I still have been a stripper for 11 years, regardless if people know or not. So
when you like told your dad, like you said, it was really hard, but like, did you feel relief?
Not initially. Like it was his initial response back was nice, but then we got in a phone conversation later and it was kind of a little, he felt hurt and I understand that. I had been lying to him and he felt confused and like all this kind of stuff. So it was rough on my heart. Like I didn't want to lie to him. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it. But now having been removed from that and having him know it and not having to lie about like, what I'm doing, it definitely does feel relief. It was difficult to go through. It wasn't a walk in the park, but again, I would 100% do it again.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
And like, that's the power of coaching too, to have somebody mirror something back to you that needs to shift in your life. And I know from my own like experience, and from my own experience, like coming out of the closet looked different, right? It wasn't necessarily as extreme, if you will, but it was more of just accepting who I am and not being afraid that people were going to judge me if I talked about manifestation, or people were going to judge me if I was too woo-woo, or if I, said things or shared things or whatever it was. Like that was a huge fear of mine. But like this is on so many levels people's story. Like people that are coming out of the closet because they're gay, people that are coming out of the closet because they, they had infidelity in their marriage. People were coming out of the closet who are dancers. People are coming out of the closet for being bisexual or whatever it is. Or just saying to your parents that you don't want to go to college or you don't want to be a doctor. There's just so many levels and layers to this. So I think it's like such a beautiful conversation and a much, much bigger conversation because living in your truth isn't always going to be easy,
Mm-mm.
but it's going to be worth it. Yeah. Fuck yeah. It's going to be worth it. I mean, if I didn't come out and live my truth, dude, what? Like, I would have never started the podcast. I would have never started my business. I would have never been brave enough to put myself out there. And I'm curious, like, what
Think
has
about
she
the
did?
impact had you not done that. Think
Right.
about the impact, the massive impact that you've had on my life. And then the rippling impact that I've had on these other strippers and girls' lives. Because me coming out of the closet, so many girl dancers have been like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to the day that I can come out. Like, so many people, but also girls who aren't dancers, just other people who follow me, like, I am so, like, I'm not a dancer, but like I resonate so hard with that. And just like, had you not done that, had you
Whoa.
not cared,
Whoa.
I don't think I would have come out of the stripper closet, you know?
That is the power of the ripple effect, my friends. Like, that's so powerful. Thank you for saying that. Like, you're right. That's even, it's even more profound. The more you get out of your own way, help your people, the more you're going to help them, they're going to help people. And all of that energy is what is going to change the world and save the world.
Yeah, it really is. The thing about stripping too, like being a stripper business coach, like in this specific industry, I know not everyone listening to this is a stripper, but so stripping is a very like hush hush quiet. There's so much guilt, shame, and judgment that's associated with being a stripper. And within that, there's not a lot of resources for strippers. There's not, you know, we make a fuck ton of money really young, really fast. Like, people don't know what to do with it. People don't know, like, just like the personal development and being strong and like setting your boundaries and saying no and knowing how to schedule yourself and executing and running your business like a dancing business. Like, none of that shit's around.
Yeah. And how to be accountable.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm so grateful to be able to be here to provide that for this industry that is so freaking needed, like so needed.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's why, like, we're just like, oh my God, we were, Paige and I were literally exploding when we figured this out. Like, this is what she's supposed to be doing. And I will say, I was going to say, like, you know, before she figured this out, right? Before she was like, oh, yo, this is exactly who I'm supposed to be helping. She was just talking to everybody online, right? And like sharing manifestation and knowledge and dropping her resources. But if you're a coach or you have an online business, you know the importance of niching and finding your people that are going to resonate specifically with what you have to say. You want someone to read your content and be like, this is for me, or this is not for me. Yeah. And what has that shift been like in your business? Because also, like, just to piggyback on that, like, the one thing that you're most afraid to share is also the one thing that will also make you money.
Money, honey. Yeah.
Money, honey.
Money, honey. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly like what you were saying before. Like, my content was great. Like, the shit I was saying was legit and truth and authentic to me. But exactly, like, who was I talking to? No one. And then, you know, we just niche down, and it's like, this is who I'm going to talk to. So now every time I write something or I record a podcast or I make a program or something, I literally envision, like, you know, what does 25-year-old version of Paige need to hear? Like, my stripper name's Madison. Like, what does Madison need to hear right now? You know? And so it's so easy for me to speak to someone specifically. And I cannot tell you how many people have literally like commented, I feel like you're talking exactly to me, DM'd me, like, oh my God, like,
you're in my head.
Yeah, in my head. It's like, because I've been there. Like, you know, I'm really good and doing great. And I feel like I'm on top of my game right now, but I've been doing this for 11 years, and I literally have had years where I've made like $30,000, $40,000, been depressed, been addicted to drugs, like done all this stuff. And I've come out the other side. And I know that this industry is very known for kind of like, you know, whatever, you know, there's lots of issues, but also in any industry there is too, let's be honest. But like, you can come out of it. And so for me, having come out the other side and like invested in myself and grown and learned and done all these like seminars and coaches and certifications, like, I'm now able to provide that guidance to people, but speak from a place of like, I've been there. I get it. I know. I was you know?
It's so true. It's so true. And like, you know, that I'm shifting my business into, my passion is helping coaches be the best possible coaches that they can be and like create that transformation for their clients. And a big part of creating that transformation is being able to speak from your own experience. And if you are hiring a coach that hasn't been through it, that hasn't gotten to the other side of what you want to get to the other side of, that's a red flag, right? Like Paige has been there, she's done it, and she's learned from it, and she can speak to it and coach you through it. And it's just, that's like one of the most powerful tools that you can ever teach from.
Yeah. And also if you're a coach and you are looking to like learn from a coach, like look at my story and Ash, this is all things to Ashley. Like it's so, also another thing I was going to say was the monetary part of this too, is that before me and Ashley were working together, like I mentioned, I maybe earned maybe $100 from a couple masterclass sales, like nothing. And then so we started working together and it came out in June. I relaunched a program that I launched before and flopped. I relaunched it again in July and I had a $5,000 launch. And then, I launched a program again in October and I had a $7,500 launch. And and then this month I had my top income earning business month. Oh, and also last month in September, I had my top income earning month of all time. Like even within my dancing business, I earned last month like over $22,000. Total income for the month was like $25,000. But I've been dancing for 11 years. I've always wanted to earn 20 grand. Never did it. Came close, 15,000, 16,000, 18. And in September, I just did it. And do you think that had nothing to do with working on myself and owning my truth and just fucking like owning who I am? It had everything to do with that. So not only like coaching, but stripping, like, which I've done for 11 years and you're not a stripper. Like, you don't know, but
it's the magic of literally getting clear with yourself and really honing in on your manifestation. Like there's been sessions where I'm like, Paige, you need to get all woo woo. Okay. Like go do some woo manifesting stuff. Like she's just like, okay. So one thing about Paige and that I love, and it's so ideal about working with you, is that you are a freaking executor, which is understandable because you're a generator and we're very similar where like we work. We work, but you implement. You take the feedback, you take the coaching, you're coachable, you implement, and you got the results. And the results become inevitable when you start to take action in that way and believe in yourself in that way. And like, it's fucking amazing. Like over $20,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, $25,000, including your online business.
Correct.
Plus your stripping business. I mean, all because you decided to live in your truth.
Yeah.
So just to kind of take it back a little bit, I just want you guys to know from a manifestation perspective, like if you're living a double life or like if you're out of integrity in one area of your life, if you have a business that's not making any money and you don't understand why, and you want that to be your main thing, but you're not being honest about it, or there's something holding you back, or like there's some gray area there and you're just not sure, but you're doing all the things. Paige was doing all the things right in her business. She was doing everything. And if there was like a rule book that led us to doing, if you do this 1,000 steps, you're going to be a millionaire, we would all be fucking millionaires, right? But it's not about the doing. It's about who you're being in relation to your business. And when you are, I don't know, like there's a portal that was closed in her business. Why do you think that portal of abundance was closed? It's because, I actually got the answer. It's because you weren't being real as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And it's hard because like you said, you identified yourself as like an authentic, open person, but then you're like, oh shit, actually.
Yeah. Well, actually I have this whole other side, but it's so like, it's such my personality that how I speak now is like how I always was. I was just like being a cleaner, crisper version of it online, which actually isn't me. So.
Right. And so it's like, look at that, you guys. If you're listening, you're really resonating. I know you are. It's like, look at those areas where you think you're being real, but you're actually not.
Yeah. One of the things I was going to say, this just reminded me, because there was times when you were like, Paige, you got to do the woo woo. Cause I'm like, how do I get there? Tell me what to do. Tell me what I need to do. And I'm like, I will do. Like, I will do all of it. And then, I feel like two of the times you're like, Paige, you're wrote a book on manifestation, like do the woo woo. Like,
yes.
I'm like, oh fuck, you're so right.
The girl that wrote the fucking book on manifestation, Manifest Like a Boss Babe, get it on Amazon. It's a great book. Yeah, exactly.
You're like,
and then,
do the woo woo. And I was like,
yeah.
you're so right. So I literally that week, this is the last week in August, the end of August. And I was like, okay. So I was like, do everything you know, Paige. So I like literally looked for all of the areas in my life where where I was out of integrity with any sort of finances. There was a online course that I had bought last year that I still owed money on. And it was like a year and I owed like $400 more and credit card payments, Anyways, the ball was dropped for about a year I remembered, I was like, fuck, gotta go clean that up. So I sent the email to the support and I was like, can I please pay my balance? I hit people back up that I was like needing to hit up. I started doing like all these like meditations religiously. I started programming my subconscious mind by listening to affirmations again. I donated. I was in a toxic relationship for like 7 years. We were supposed to get married, blah, blah, blah. I still had the wedding dress in my closet. It was like this gorgeous $2,000 wedding dress. I literally took it to Goodwill and dropped it off and was like, I gotta fucking clear this space. Like I did everything I energetically could think of to be in integrity with myself, be integrity with my word, be integrity with my money, and show the universe, like, I'm making space, like, I'm here to play a big game. And that was last week in August, and then boom, what happened in September? Everything.
Everything. Biggest launch ever, biggest month ever. I mean, I love that. Find the places where you're out of integrity with yourself, with your money, with your love, with your things. Like,
your word.
It's so easy. It can be easy. And I'll never forget that session because I feel like you just donated the dress and then we had a session. Maybe it was later that day or the next day. And you were just like, you just looked different. Like your energy was different. Your energy was cleaner. It was just like, whew, there she was.
Yes.
There she was.
There I was.
There's so much power in getting real with yourself and getting in alignment with yourself in every aspect of the word.
Yeah.
And when you're not in alignment with yourself, like you might not know it, or you might.
You probably do know it somewhere deep down. You just got to figure it out and just be brave enough to do something about it. You know, because it's only for you. You're the only one who energetically knows where you're out of alignment with your word or with whatever's going on in your life. But it's like, you're fucking worth it to right the wrongs and to make amends. Like, just do it. Like,
Totally. And I love like giving feedback to my clients and on how they're showing up in their way of being on social media. And like Paige, she showed up on social media, but before you kind of started to come out of the closet, I was like, Paige, you live an epic life. She travels all the time. You know, she manifests good shit. She works out. She does all this great stuff. She's got friends. Like, she's got it going on. She lives in Cali. Like, she's, you know, I see all the things, but I'm like, you're not sharing who you are. You're just sharing what you do.
Yeah.
But you couldn't share who you were before because you were afraid to.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fully. So like, another tip for you guys, if you're like not getting the engagement you want, or you feel like you're not getting the, you know, income that you want from your business, whether it's network marketing or coaching or anything really. Stripping. Yeah. Stripping. Well, you might not want to show who you are when you're dancing, you can express that shit. But like online.
Let me coach you on that. I'll coach you later.
Yeah, coach you later. Just know that it's safe to share who you are because people want to connect with you. They can't connect with you just by showing your epic vision board life, you know?
Yeah, I remember deeper. Yeah, I remember that because you were talking to me about my stories because you were like, you got to work on your stories. I was like, Instagram stories. I was like, I feel like my Instagram stories are fire. You're like, no, they're great. But you just give a thumbs up. Like, you don't, you're like, you never talk to the camera, which I didn't. Like, if there was like a funny thing, like we'd be talking with like, if I was with my friends or like whatever, but I never used to speak into the camera on Instagram stories. Like, I have no problem like with lives and podcasts and stuff. But then, I was like, okay, like master implementer over here. So then I started like speaking to the camera and I was like, holy fuck, like this shit actually works. Like,
yeah. Yeah. You know why? Because people want to connect with you.
Yeah.
They want to connect with who you are. Exactly. It does work. It works.
Yeah. So listen to Ashley as your coach because she has all the magic answers.
I have a Show Up Like a Boss program. If you're a stripper, take Paige's program. We're tag teaming.
Yeah. Take my makeup
Yeah.
writing program.
Yeah. There's so much good stuff like going on. And, if you are an undercover stripper and you're listening to this and you're like, oh man, like I could never come out of the closet, like that's okay. You can be where you are right now. Or if you're not a stripper and you're like, there's some things that I'm not ready to share, just being aware of them within yourself is going to help you. So just know that like meet yourself where you are. Maybe you're not like Paige where you're like, okay, I'm going to just do this. And you just change everything, right? But just honor where you are and get support. Get a coach, go to a therapist, find a program, find a community. There is support out there, and it's just up to you to kind of take control of your life and direct your life.
Yeah, there's so much self-reflection in that too. And like realizing like, well, fuck, I don't want anyone to know about this. And it's like, well, why? Like be your own self-detective and like do the own work within yourself to figure out like, why do I feel like I need to hide this? Like, what is it about me that I don't want people to know and why? And
Yeah.
what meaning are you even attaching to that? Like, because we determine our own meanings, right? Fact, meaning. Fact, something happens, meaning we get to choose what it means to us. And so if there's something that you're hiding or struggling with, or you don't want other people to know, it's like dig a little bit deeper for yourself because it's worth it to figure it out.
Oh my God. It'll set you free.
Yes, the truth.
And it might make you $1 million.
It will make you $1 million.
It will. Oh my gosh. Such a gosh. Such a good conversation. Like I'm really glad we were having this conversation. And we love it if you would add to this conversation because it, like I said, it's bigger than this. Like this is a pretty damn big conversation, but like if this deeply resonates with you, please share with us, DM us, tag us on Instagram, let us know like what's opening up for you, and let's create more of a ripple with this conversation because there's a quote that I used to wear on a shirt from the yoga studio, and it said, change the conversation. And or radically change the conversation, actually. So that could be the conversation with yourself. It could be the conversation with your spouse, with your people, with your community, like whatever it is, let's elevate this to really just start to own who you are.
Love it. Love it.
Anything else you want to share on this topic as we're
coming to a close here?
Yeah.
No, I mean, if I could just say one, like the biggest takeaway from just this whole experience, and even like this whole conversation is just like a lot of times like fear is just so made up in our own head. And I'm literally living proof of when you choose to stop judging yourself and you're fully authentic, like your life will literally change in drastic ways. So
bam.
Yeah.
Bam. Awesome. Yes. I'm so grateful. This is amazing. You're amazing.
You're amazing.
It's been like beyond ideal and beautiful to work with you. I feel so lucky. I feel so lucky. Like I really do.
I feel so lucky. This is the love fest in our coaching sessions.
I know. We always have that. We always bring that in. It's really beautiful when your coaching clients are also your soul sisters.
Oh, it's so true. Yeah. So true.
You my girl.
You my girl.
We will meet in person.
Yes.
We're on opposite coasts, but it's fine.
That's okay.
Fine. So why don't you just share quickly also about your retreat?
Yeah. Oh, so me and if you follow along with me, my best friend is Kale. And my entrepreneur babe business partner is Kale. And we are hosting a retreat in Bali. It is in February of 2020, the last week of February. We actually just sold another spot today. So we have 6 spots remaining at the time of this recording. But yeah, get in. It's going to be amazing. It's 6 nights, 7 days in a private luxury villa in Bali. Full access to me and Kale. It's so beautiful. We're doing tons of excursions like waterfalls, temples, monkey forests. We're going to have coaching. We're going to have dance parties, obviously. And it's just so excited. And we cannot wait to go and see you there.
Yes, yes. If you're interested in that, the link will be in the show notes. And what do I want to share? I'll share that I am coming out with a program, and it's going to be a coaching academy. So if you're a coach and you want to up level your coaching craft and create transformations for your clients on a whole nother level, join the academy, join the beta test. If you're interested in that, just email manifestwithash@gmail.com and just say, I'm interested in the academy, and we'll get you on the wait list.
Yes.
Cool. Well, tag us on IG. Mine's at Manifest with Ash.
Mine is at the.page.cole.
Dot. That's what we got.
Yeah,
Hope
baby.
you guys have an amazing, amazing day, and this deeply resonated with your soul and shifted your mental. I was going to say your personality, shifted your mentality to a higher state of consciousness and vibration.
Yep, go make it rain, baby.
Thank you so much for listening to the Badass Manifester podcast. I love manifesting Mondays with you, and there's so much more in store right here. The best way to manifest love is to give love. If you loved what you heard today, subscribe to the Badass Manifester podcast. Leave a review on iTunes. Let me know how much you dig the energy here. All of my social is linked up in the show notes, so screenshot this episode, tag me on Instagram, and let me be part of your real-time journey. For more info on me, feel free to go to my website, manifestwithash.com. Repeat after me. I am my own power source. I am the master of my energy, and I deserve everything that I desire. Go get them.